Don't intend to pour cold water, but I'm just quite curious if the description seems to be like we're going for broke. You made a comment that we're going to be a nerve center. In this regard, you're going to have a very glorious future. Our HDB resale will go up. I think you mentioned it that because you're promising extra 100 years or 50 years, whatever the case, going to build it up. So my concern is that as societies grows, they also may decay or they may just die and become extinct. Are you heralding the extinction of Singapore? And the question I'm driving at, or the scenario I'm painting, is that in going for broke and having a lot of exciting outcomes for the HDB, would some Singaporeans also then decide to migrate? If at any state, let's say a dark scenario happens, just as we are planning for like a bomb happening, not if but when, which is repeated by our cabinet. So let's say the Prime Minister of Singapore gets shot dead, or something like that happens, then would a sudden sale and or exodus of citizens or something of that matter happen, then what are we still going to renew these HDB flats? And with a high price, do we get outprice of Singapore? And in that sense, what's the insurance scheme of this glorious building plan that we become the nerve center, and should we not arrive at that state?
Wei Leong, is it? You asked about the central nervous system. The fact that we can rebuild a HDB town into a mixed use with higher value, the act of rebuilding it actually raises the intrinsic land value that the site sits on. So that uplift in land value actually adds on to our national reserves already. And if we can proudly announce to the entire world that, look, every 4 years we have one brand new town with the latest fiber optics, communications, transport technology, and comfort built into that town, we would automatically be able to attract good talent to come here. So of course, there can be calamities. No country is without one. But I think that we would then put ourselves at a higher probability of sustaining ourselves as a world-leading city if we do not embark on this transformation and we still stick to our old thinking. I think then the calamity, the dead society situation that you're describing is going to be more highly probable.
I just want to address one aspect of the central nervous system, right? When you have multi-functions, if you have housing on top and commercial below, you need to also have what we call differential pricing. Now, let me give you one simple example. From 1968, when I designed People's Park Complex, the tower block, which was required by URA at that time, that in the redevelopment, we must have so many units of housing. At that time, the housing market in Chinatown was very, very doubtful, right? And how would we then price the flats? So we price it minus land costs. The land costs being taken care of by the commercial podium. So similarly, in any redevelopment, we need to have differential pricing, right? For example, if in the project that I showed you with the flats on top and the podium below, and in the podium there, for example, there might be a school. Obviously, the school is not going to be able to pay market rates. So therefore, we need to have segmented differential pricing. So these are the kind of innovations that are necessary to come along with the new development ideas.